Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. We are here to talk more DnF Duel as the character trailer train, well, it keeps on going. The other day they dumped the Hitman trailer on us and gave us silhouettes for 4 more characters. And those character trailers, they are coming out at a lightning pace. You can see this one right here. This is the Vanguard. We also have the Dragon Knight, and seemingly enough, we still got 2 more to go. So we're going to break down these trailers in a moment, but one of the things I'm excited for is these characters potentially could also be playable in the upcoming open beta. The beta launches Friday night, and by Thursday night, we'll have, if they keep up this pace, the last 2 characters to look at. And if we can get a 10 character beta, well, by the numbers, that's at least twice as good as the 5 character beta that I was anticipating. Beta is only a couple days away, and realistically, we still know basically nothing about the game, which is mildly shocking. We don't know the buttons, we don't know how meter works, we don't know how mechanics work. We're going in blind. But in a way, that is also exciting. There's no hand-holding here. We're going to figure out everything for ourselves. That said, our first trailer, the Vanguard. And my first thought of this guy is he is straight up out of Dynasty Warriors. Alternate universe Guan Yu, Lu Bu, Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, whatever you want to say, this guy is definitely a Dynasty Warriors character. And the first thing to go off, if these animations are in any way indicative of how his hitbox works for his attacks, then this guy has the range. As the animations for the attacks, the endpoints, they're going way out there, like 75% of the screen. As with other trailers, we're seeing cancels into cancels into cancels. Here, this big shoulder charge. Followed here, just more savage swings and viciously long-range attacks. These long-range attacks made extra scary because everything we've seen so far about this game, this does not look like it's a heavy air movement game. I don't believe I've seen any air dashes or, double jumps or anything like that yet. So the amount of space this guy can seemingly control, the fact that there doesn't seem to be a lot of air movement in this game makes it a lot scarier. We get is what is seemingly a basic throw here. A very long looking range low into a big old spin, very Dynasty Warriors. And then a giant leap downward, canceled into a bit of a juggle. Canceling specials into specials, seemingly from the trailers, is incredibly freeform in this game, and this is a really good example of it, as he is most assuredly canceling the special move that spikes himself down before he touches the ground into this new move. And we get our big cinematic super move here. He's just going a little bit turbo on you, and this is definitely a big Lu Bu style of flair, at least to me. Jumping up and just lots of spins and the big slam down. I know I keep saying it, but everything about this character just evokes Dynasty Warriors feelings in me. Yeah, I'm a Dynasty Warriors fan, I'll admit it, right? So maybe I'm biased, but just everything about how he handles himself, it's all I can get out of this character. That said, he looks very cool, and he looks to be the longer range big buttons archetype. Next up, we have the Dragon Knight. So flying in on dragon wings, has a lot of dragon motifs, a dragon face shield, and she's a knight, and she has a dragon, so as advertised, I guess. In our first sequence here, we see a little bit of a Gatling combo / magic series. Definitely chaining together a standing normal into a crouching normal into a launcher, as the enemy is definitely going up. And then we get a bit of that red flash. The red flash is a little bit of a mystery. The yellow flash is definitely like specials canceling into other specials or EX moves. Red flash, we're not as sure just yet. Next up, we see that little dragon buddy is not just for show. He can definitely attack and eat up part of the screen as he does a big roar, which holds down the enemy long enough to be hit by this absolutely massive home run swing style of move. A little bit reminiscent of Nagoriyuki, I guess. Next, we can see some anti-air ability from the Dragon Knight class, as this controls a giant 45-degree angle of the air. Looks like it will snipe people pretty good. And then we have a projectile follow-up. So the projectile does not combo, but it does look like it hits basically when the opponent is waking up, so they kind of just have to sit there and hold it. And combine that with this little fact here, little dragon buddy can attack on his own. As we see here in this animation, he's shooting out fireballs by himself. Now, who knows if this is like a weird negative edge thing where you hold the button and he shoots fireballs, or if it's command and he shoots multiple fireballs in place, but he can definitely also attack. Perhaps situations can be created where you make the enemy hold a certain block string, then the dragon holds them in place longer yet, and then you can get a mix-up. Not connecting here though, because this looks to be like a basic forward throw, so most fighting games that aren't Mortal Kombat, you can't hit someone while they're in the middle of a throw animation. Now here's a very interesting little situation. So we have our upwards uppercut style of move, yellow canceled to cancel indifferent special, and she seemingly has an air dash. We mentioned in the Vanguard section how there's not really a lot of air mobility, but perhaps for the Dragon Knight, she's unique in that case. You can see in this move her dragon wings kind of spout out of her back, which gives her this ability to glide forward and then attack after the fact. Now you definitely couldn't attack immediately after the fact. It's a little slow just going by the animation. You have to wait a split second to get your attack in. From there, we see that same projectile as before. The enemy recovers, and you can block in time, but it'll definitely make you hold in place. Seemingly enough, if you try to challenge it, you will get hit. Here we see a little bit of a combo using our Dragon Pal to help hold in place, and then this giant Dragon Gauntlet attack that just smashes them. So this combo is actually the one we saw earlier at the beginning of the video, but with the little Dragon Pal doing a fireball to keep the enemy in place to hold them in place for this big Gauntlet super. And from that, we go to our big cinematic super. So little baby dragon traded out for the new hot model, big giant black dragon, and reminding me of like Final Fantasy VII, like Bahamut Zero kind of laser beam attacks. Then the Dragon Knight jumps off and just gives the one hell of a wallop to finish off the job. So I don't want to say the Dragon Knight's like a pet class, like a puppet class, like say Zato or Carl or something. I don't know if it'll be that complex, but you can definitely control the dragon to some degree. As for anything else, I guess we'll find out come the beta. Besides the trailers themselves, on the DnF Duel YouTube channel, on the pinned comments on the videos, they've been showing links to how these characters play in the home game in Dungeon Fighter Online, which I'm a big fan of. I'll admit, I do not know much about Dungeon Fighter Online. So where these characters come from, their background, all that kind of stuff, seeing them in their home environment is pretty interesting. So if you want to know more about the game these characters come from originally, I would highly suggest check those out. The game very much is a lot of explosions, slashes, everything. Looks pretty crazy to me. Like this sequence with the Dragon Knight, I don't even really know what's going on. The screen's just exploding non-stop. So seemingly enough, we got 2 more trailers to look forward to, and they might both air this week. If so, well, I'll try my best to cover them on this channel, and I'm very happy that so far my predictions for these new characters, if you've seen the previous video, I've been correct so far, so that's awesome. Maybe check out that video and see those predictions. But otherwise, my friends, we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some DnF Duel.